enjoy the call of like a million things.
Yeah.
Also to piss off Sabrina Carpenter fans. No, kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's so good to have you.
It's so good to be here. Oh my God.
Like,
years.
Listen, you came to the studio with Khaled, and I was like, Machan,
let's do this.
A show. And I think life
There was no time. Like, life happens because I'm here, I'm in Abu Dhabi, and then you're busy, I'm busy. So, but now we're here.
I am so happy, man. I'm so happy.
Me too. I'm really happy. I'm actually super excited for this.
Same. And so, oh man, your life has had a little drama.
I know.
A drama.
But we shall not it's always happening.
But we shall not talk about the drama now. Because I feel like it's okay. You can wait. You can wait, please.
You can wait. Wait for it. Wait for the juicy stuff.
I mean, no. Listen. You, Mama, have a lot of things about you that's like amazing.
Thank you so much.
So let's start bit by bit.
Okay.
Habibi. Who are you, Habibi?
I am Ruzaina Hadgie, the minority taste.
Oh, there is more to you.
Yes, of course, there's more to me. I'm also the only child in my family.
Whoa.
Yeah. Pretty much brought up by my grandmother because my parents got divorced when I was before I think I was even 1, or maybe I was 1, I'm not sure. And then they kind of kept me with my grandmother, and they had to go to work and stuff like that because my father was a head chef in Holiday in Kuwait, Salmiya. So that's where I was born. I was born in Kuwait, right? And then my mom was his assistant kind of chef, but she was also a hostess and a chef. Funnily enough, years down the line, I became a hostess for Sri Lankan Airlines, a cabin crew. Yeah, and now I'm here. I don't call myself a chef, but I do call myself a cook. I cook. So,
which is so cool. I think you started about, what was it, 7, 8 years ago?
I started in 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa, oh my God, it's coming so close to a decade.
I know. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. It's been so long, and I've been doing this for so long and going through the same thing all the time.
But what's so strange is that people are yet to understand what it means to be a minority.
Correct.
And to have the blessings of just different tastes.
Yes.
And dishes and things like that. The experience varies, but hold that for a minute.
Yeah.
Let's get to know why you got into cooking.
Why I got into cooking? Interesting. I think I was always into cooking from small days because my grandmother always made sure that I knew, because her goal in life was to get me married.
Proper grandmother. What is this grandmother?
Like all grandmothers. So she made me learn how to cook at a very young age. And she also said that I had a very good palate for some reason. When I was 4 or 5, she would get me to taste the dishes that she cooks.
Oh.
Yeah, she would say that you always knew whether there's enough salt or whether it was good enough or not. So she trusted my palate, right? And so I started cooking, I think, I was cooking, but I wasn't really into it till about 2017, 18 kind of ish. Why I started promoting my culture and cuisine is because, I'm not going to use names, but there were certain hotels you can date check who invited people to Sri Lanka. I'm talking about really big chefs, world famous chefs, right? And they were doing tours in Colombo. And there was one particular chef who explained and said that end of the tour that this hotel did was Sri Lankan cuisine is very, very humble and simple. This is out there, mind you. When Sri Lankan cuisine is by far humble and simple. It's because of what is being shown, right? So I thought maybe, I will be the voice for the minority cuisine, right? which was not part of our food culture in 2017. Again, date check. You can fact check this. It was never part of it, except for the fact that there was Tamil cuisine, which I consider is a majority as well, right? Especially when it comes to our food. And the Sinhalese cuisine, but nothing in the middle.
Yeah.
The only thing people would talk about was the lump rice. That's it.
Oh my God. The many times I've rolled my eyes every time someone said lampreis and Sri Lanka. Oh, I have to try a lampreis. Great, man.
Exactly.
I want you to eat a lamprey.
But we have more than that.
Like, and when I first found you on the internet, I was like, holy, this is amazing, because I'm like half Indian, Pakistani. I was brought up in Dubai, and then I was like past teen years here in Sri Lanka. So, hey man, varied palates. And
exactly.
so while I was exposed to Sri Lankan food, there was also like the food that my grandma and my aunts and everybody else made, and no one was talking about it.
Exactly.
Like the uppamangas. And the vatisoras.
Yes, exactly. The vatisoru. My God. The vatisoru. Like, I remember when I introduced vatisoru to Mark Wiens when he came down, everybody got a shell shock. They were like,
wait, what? Why?
They were like, oh my God, what is that? Like, that is not Sri Lankan. And then everybody was like, that is just bunch of rice and curry in a vatti. No, it's not.
It's far more than that.
It's far more than that. It's because it may look like rice and curry, but there are certain curries cooked in a specific way, specific technique, and specific spices that makes it a phenomenal dish.
Oh my God, yeah, man.
And then the businesses that started Vatisoru, they're not selling the authentic one though. They're just putting
Very difficult.
That is a bunch of rice and curry in a basket, and then they're like, selling it. But there are certain ladies now, the from the community, they are doing a good job at it. But before that, it was all just hidden in the communities, They didn't want to talk about it. They didn't want to put it out there. Some of them were embarrassed, especially in my community. People were embarrassed to even talk about what they were eating, Because
but there is no reason for them to be embarrassed, because it's like a culture.
I know.
And there's nothing wrong.
Right.
I mean, sure, there might be reasons why people don't eat certain things, but it's still your culture. You guys are eating it.
Exactly.
And there's respect for that.
Exactly. There's room for respect. Which is very lacking in our, I'm sorry to say, that is part of our Sri Lankan culture as well. There's a lot of people who don't respect each other's cultures. It's really, really sad, to really go through it. Only if you're coming from that minority, you do realize it. I mean, we pass it on as jokes, but there is a racial underline to it. You know what I mean? Like when I grew up, people used to call me Babat girl and
what?
Yeah. Babat girls and Babat curry girls and all that things. But I mean, there is a racial undertone. It is funny. I mean, I laugh at it still, right? I kind of joke about it as well. But that's the thing. That's why a lot of younger generation, they try to avoid eating the food from their own culture, or they just don't admit to it, or they just hide the fact that they are, part of that food culture. So,
and there's nothing to be ashamed of, because this is what your ancestors ate. This is what your grandma makes. This is what your mother makes. And this is just a very special thing, which you shouldn't lose focus of. Because the minute you lose that, it's like you're losing part of your identity.
Exactly.
And I think Sri Lanka has had such amazing, an amazing mixed pot of identities.
Correct.
And just for people to not recognize that, it's just okay, please put a full stop there.
I know.
Because we always love the Sinhalese food. We always enjoy the Tamil food, but then of course the most popular burger thing.
Yeah, lamprey.
But then beyond that, it's nobody wants to acknowledge the good kiddu rice.
Correct.
The good Malay stuff, so in Dubai, growing up, there wasn't a lot of other stuff you could try out from Sri Lanka, except the usual. So just to come down and try out like various things. There was this one Muslim guy I remember. He had this little shop, like a pettikare, like somewhere in Grand Pass, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Machan, he made the best pol roti patties.
Pol roti patties. Wow.
Oh my
yum.
God. It was vegetarian.
Oh,
it
yum.
was 5 rupees in 2001.
Oh, so you're like a stuffed pol roti.
So he made it into a patties.
Oh, right.
Deep fried, crunchy.
Yum.
With just, and this was
Is he still there?
I think he passed away.
Oh, gosh.
But bless that man.
I know, I can imagine.
Oh my God, you should see. He had this big pan. Like, dude, and half of it looked like, I don't know, man. He used to have so much oil. I think easily it would have been about some 50 liters of oil. And he was just frying all these patties.
I know, it's amazing. It's amazing. The beauty of our cuisine is we can go so international. It's unbelievable, right? If people are open-minded and use each other's flavors without just focusing on one thing every time they represent our cuisine. Even now, right, to this date, again, I'm not going to say any names, but when you see popular people, popular chefs or popular shows that does Sri Lankan cuisine or trying to represent Sri Lankan cuisine, they're doing the same flavor profile. And I'm like, why? Why? I'm talking about it loud and clear. They cannot say that they haven't seen me or haven't seen my projects, which is lies, right? Okay, fine. Forget about me. They have definitely seen the guys that I worked with. All the YouTubers are some of the world's biggest creators in the world. So
from Mark to Trevor to Sonny
to Joe Hattab to Jay Palfrey to you name it. I've already collabed with them. Who's in the food space, right? Some of the other guys who I haven't collabed with is inspired by me. I mean, they've messaged me and they said, listen, I want to do this project, I want to do that project. It's just that sometimes I choose not to work with them because they don't fit me.
You can't collaborate with everyone. Correct.
I cannot collab with everyone. I don't care if you have 10 million followers or even 100 followers. I just work with people who can take the story forward. You know what I mean? So these, like I said, so these people who are creating new things for Sri Lanka, they're still not using the whole flavor spectrum of flavors. They're still using that same thing. It's either from Kolakanda to Kurakan to Kolakanda to Kurakan. I'm like, come on, man.
Hello,
yes,
there is more.
There is more. There is more. Please talk to at least, at least they're giving good credit to Jaffna Cuisine. Finally. I mean, that was long overdue. So it is only now, after generations, they're giving that credit now. They're like, okay, fine, let's give that proper respect for Jaffna Cuisine, as they should, right?
Yeah.
So I guess there's a long way to go for the other minorities,
Which is a shame because I believe that Malay cuisine has been around for
generations.
As long as the Malays and the Indonesians came to Sri Lanka.
Exactly. People forget that the Malays who came to Sri Lanka were not only Muslims. There were Malay Buddhists, there were Malay Hindus, there was a Malay king from the 1200s to the 1600s who was ruling Jaffna. So he bought all his cooks, every recipe, and most of our recipes are coming from Jaffna. So it is not Muslim cuisine, it's Sri Lankan cuisine, which has been influenced here for millennia, So it's sad that people don't use this spectrum, because if we did,
oh my gosh,
our cuisine be untouchable.
I mean, already it is, but
correct.
Amp it up.
Amp it up. We will be up there just like Thai cuisine, or I mean, I'm sorry to my Indian friends, but our food is better than Indian food. I'm really, really, really sorry.
The Indian in me feels a little sad. But
no, but what I'm saying is our flavor profiles are so diverse. Diverse. In India, in Kerala, they will use one type of curry powder. in everything. This happens in Jaffna cuisine as well. There's a Jaffna curry powder that they use in everything.
Roasted or
Correct.
unroasted?
So, but if you use that entire spectrum, I'm telling you, like the Pakistani Sri Lankans have their own curry powder mix. The Maymans have their own little mix. The Malays we have like a couple of mixes. Oh my God, it's different curry powders, and we make it ourselves for different dishes, right?
I know.
So if you use them all, I'm just saying, untouchable. We are untouchable.
I mean, you just said the word.
Yeah.
And what would you say is the oldest Malay dish to exist in Sri Lanka?
Oh my God, the dodol.
Wait, that is like a Malay thing? I thought it was like a Gaul thing.
No, it's a Malay thing. It was brought down to Sri Lanka by the Malay. Even the Malaysians have dodol. They call it dodol as well.
Holy
We didn't go there. They came here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So dodol is kind of like ancient. There are variations of it. Just recently, I went down to, I went down south, and then I found out this thing called susu dodol, which means milk dodol, right? And it's like a it's like a pudding mixed with like jelly. It's like a jelly dodol. I don't know how to explain it. You
are explaining it.
You just put it. It's like the texture of a jelly and a dodol and a mochi mixed together, and then you put more coconut milk and you eat it.
Hey,
it's unbelievable. It's really delish.
Oh man.
Pal dodol. If you can find it, I'm telling you, it's so worth it.
Pal dodol, sapadunga, try pannunga. Because it's not every day, man. It's not every day.
It's not every day. And then once you eat, like, because they put it in a coconut shell and they give it to you, and then once you eat it, you just feel a little high because it's so sweet. And you're like, oh my God, the sugar rush is insane.
I mean, your face is just telling me a lot of things right now. Are you blushing? You're blushing.
I'm blushing because it was so good, and I love discovering these kind of things. Like, I have so many dishes like that in my back pocket, what I've discovered in Sri Lanka. So I've listed it all down, and then eventually I'll put them out. You know what I mean? Like, just one dish at a time.
So what would you say is the one cuisine from Sri Lanka people are yet to discover?
One cuisine? Oh my God. Okay,
three. Just to be fair.
Yeah, okay. So 3 dishes, I think the Bora community, they need to really, really share some of their dishes.
Yeah, please stop hiding. Boras, I have gone to your fairs. I've eaten your doklas.
Yeah, exactly.
Please, open a shop at least a cloud kitchen, man.
It's so difficult. The first time, okay, little advert story. The first time I took Trevor was the first person to come, right? I took him to Bombay Sweetmeat Mart opposite the Red Mosque. Trust me that the uncle who's there, he was so against it. He was like, I don't want cameras. I'm not like used to that. No. I stood there for an hour. Just waiting. Then I'm like, please, uncle, please, uncle, please, uncle. It'll be good for you, please, uncle. He got so fed up of me. He was like, okay, you go tomorrow, come tomorrow. You go now and come tomorrow. And now they understand like what value it is, right? And now they're very camera friendly and they really like it. Like they're like, you know what I mean? This is back in 2018, so YouTube was pretty new to Sri Lanka, so everybody was like kind of shy anyway. But the Bora community, they have some dishes worth fighting for, right? Because it has Sri Lankan influence. So there's this dish, I don't know what the name is. It has a roti. They break it. It's like it's like similar to the kottu, And then they put like a curry with lamb or mutton in it. Mutton, obviously, and some kind of green leaves. I don't know what it is, right? I just had it at like a function once, and I'm like, oh my God, why can't they share these dishes? Why can't they share these dishes? They don't though. But I hope. Yeah, exactly. Somebody should contact me, Ruzaina Hadgie, the Minority Taste, and please say, come home.
Please. I mean,
I'll be respectful. I'll be very respectful. I just want the recipe. I'll be very respectful. I just want the recipe and I want to just share it with everyone, It can't die down with you,
Yeah.
Because the younger generation is lazy to cook, so might as well give it to us millennials.
Might as well at this point.
Correct.
One down, 2 more to go.
Okay, the second one is there are so many dishes from Jaffna which is not yet been put out. Especially there are cuttlefish curries and there are prawn curries. They have certain dishes that needs to be spoken of about more because it's only popular with them. Right? When you go to Jaffna, you get them especially during these festival seasons. Then they come out with the works, They will have this certain mix, there's this prawn, cuttlefish, and a certain type of fish dish, right? So they just mix it all together and it's they call it like a varuval, but it's not a varuval. Everything is varuval. That's the thing. When it comes to Jaffna cuisine, the name sort of repeats over and over again. But it's only they who know okay, this is during this period. We cook it during this festival.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So there are certain dishes from Jaffna, especially seafood dishes, that needs to be coming out more. The third one, I would say, is, again, there's fish dishes from the south, like the kirimalu, right? Nobody does it anymore. Nobody cooks anymore. The kirimalu is really hard to find, especially the right recipe. You have no idea.
So it's not the clay pot shops from Colombo that sell it.
No. Everybody will say that it's kirimalu and just put pol kiri and then give it to you and make a little yellow curry for you. But trust me, the real kirimalu will change your life. Right? It will change your life because it's so delicious, because it needs the right fish, right? It needs to be fresh, and there's a way to cook it. You cannot just put whatever you want and put a little turmeric and say kirimalu.
Watching you, Matra Batkare.
Yeah, exactly. Watching you. Everybody says that they can do it, but no. You find it in Negombo and the south. But nowadays in Negombo also, they don't cook it anymore. I don't know why.
Wow.
I think a lot of people are getting into... I blame the alcohol lifestyle, because the more they have alcohol, they want to have really spicy stuff, right?
Yeah.
So that kirimalu dish has kind of died down, and it doesn't show up a lot in places. But I know it's there in the south. I know it's there. It's just that it's disappearing. You all better hold on to it,
Some southerner watching this, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on to that
I mean,
recipe.
of course, the parents must be making it. It's just that they don't care about it,
Which is such a shame.
It is a shame. It's we have it that's the whole point. They don't value what they have. And then when somebody else value what they have, it's an issue.
Big issue. For what?
For what? Exactly. So those 3 items. So Bora community needs to come out. There's a lot of dishes from Jaffna. Especially the seafood dishes they make during the festivals, and the kirimalu.
But you know what I wish people would talk about?
What?
The Sri Lankan African communities.
Oh
food.
my God, yes.
I so want to try their food.
Correct.
Because the more I look at my algorithm, sometimes I'm like,
yeah,
dear Africa, you reside in Sri Lanka too.
Yeah.
Could we please have some of your
their
food?
community is really tiny. And
very tiny.
And their food is actually not so different from the Vedda community. That is what I discovered. So I don't know, because I didn't study migration and I don't have a PhD about it, but I do have a friend. I have 2 friends now who there are a lot of professors who have supported me in my journey. I am not talking on stuff that I take out of my hind, I have been having a lot of professors help, and people who have been giving me books and letters and theses that they've done, right? But now I'm really close to 2 people. One I really have to give a shout out is Dr. Zamir Karim. He has
Zamir!
Yeah, he has a PhD in migration, and where cuisine is also part of it. So he has studied so many things. I mean, I can't even pinpoint of what he has studied. He has studied so much. And then also Sulakshana, she's currently in Netherlands doing studying about like the whole Malaysian cuisine, Indonesian cuisine, the migration part of it, and how Sri Lanka is connected to it. So we kind of like always exchange notes and like, on my discoveries, on her discoveries, like, so there's a lot going on educationally as well. I'm not just talking on hearsay.
Random AI generated.
Exactly.
Shout out to Salochana. And hey, it's time for this to like really matter.
Yes, exactly.
Because, like the older we get, the more we kind of have like a responsibility to leave a lot of education behind. Otherwise, like everything's just going to get lost. And that would be the biggest tragedy of Sri Lanka.
Correct.
Just not acknowledging.
Yeah, just not acknowledging. And I don't know why everyone gets so angry about it as well. It's just food. Like, you sit to eat cuisine that is influenced by all these communities. You know what I mean? Like every single meal that you eat has an influenced cuisine in it. I bet. I mean, from the bread to the rice dishes to everything is all influenced. We don't have clean, solid food. The only people who have clean, solid Sri Lankan food is the Vedda community. Yeah. They are the ones who have no influence at all. So when you eat it, you can understand. They just eat the, the thalapa and like,
I saw a video and that was so interesting. Because in India, you see these ragi balls.
Yes.
And then to see that in a Sri Lankan video, I was like, wait, how did that travel? How did they learn how to make those nice little...
Crazy, right? Yeah. Crazy. I mean, thalapa, I think this fufu, like it's the African fufu is like the only thing that is available in so many different ways all around the world.
Are you African Sri Lankans making fufu? Like, I want to know, genuinely.
Exactly.
Oh my God. On that note, there was this interesting discovery thanks to this track that T did. Okay. So she did this track called I Wear My Roots Like a Medal.
Right.
And there's this one part, Machan, where she says she eats pittu with what do you call it? Jackfruit.
Okay.
Oh my God. Ever since I saw that video, I was so tempted to try it. But my blood sugar level is like, no. But I'm like, I've been looking for a restaurant because, like I don't see myself making pittu. It's just such a lot of work. But imagine
again, that is also very, very Jaffna rooted recipe.
No, I mean, until she like said that in her song, I did not know that combination existed.
Exactly. Oh my God, the recipes and the menus that the Jaffna community have, endless. Like, the Sri Lankan Malay community has yay of a menu. Then every other community is a yay of a menu. But when you go to Jaffna cuisine, is like a never-ending menu.
Yeah, it's because there's like the Jaffna Christians, the
crazy. It's a Jaffna Hindus, Jaffna Tamils, the Tamils, the Hindus. I mean, they're all Tamils. It's just the Christians, the Hindus. Like everybody has. It's not only that. It's just that their history is so rich. You know what I mean? The culture is so rich that they don't know where it comes from. I think people have discovered only like maybe about 5%. I'm not sure, but that's how I feel. Because every time I go there, I discover about 10 new dishes.
When I was in Jaffna and I went there only that one time, oh my God. Where has this food been? They're doing in Colombo. We're hot dog heavy, but over there, they're doing amazing things like banana blossom hot dogs. There's no meat, by the way. It's just banana blossom and some masala and all that. There was a man I was speaking to, and he was like, so he's gotten this recipe from India, and he's just very inspired, and that was their street food. Like majority was like all like vegetarian. Correct. I was so happy.
Correct. I mean, Sri Lanka anyway has a large vegetarian basis. Like we have so many like vegetarian dishes. Even in the south, we have so many vegetarian dishes. Lot of mellums, lot of like stuff done with the banana blossom, and lot of stuff done with lotus leaves and lotus roots and all that. But it's the pairing, the pairing when it comes, like it's not just rice and a bunch of curries, of course, but like it's not just like rice, mellung and curries and protein. Their dishes have like the variation level and the combinations that they have is amazing. I mean, you can learn a lot, like things that you don't usually pair up with, you find out there, like, you know.
Okay, so on that note, what's the craziest pairings you've had
In Sri
locally?
Lanka?
Yeah.
Okay, the craziest pairings I've had is like, we have crazy pairings like our meat stuff, right? Like our marrow bone and like the kosmellung, and we have it with the marrow bone, you know.
Wait,
Yeah.
like a kosmalum, and then you...
No, we cook the marrow bone separately, then we make the kosmellung a little moist
Okay.
as well, and then rice, sambal, and the marrow
Oh.
bone. You know what I mean? Like, so you put the marrow bone on, and then it's bowl sambal, hot rice, and kosmellung, and that's... So I feel like those kind of things are a little crazy because a lot of people don't eat it. Yeah, pretty much all meat stuff only. Meat items only. I can go on and on about crazy pairings.
Oh,
Well, how about
man.
you? What's like a crazy pairing you've had?
So I guess I just missed peas so much. I decided to use tibatu in a soya curry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did it
And-
come out well?
Oh my god. Like, I'm telling you, tibatu is so underrated.
Underrated. Yes.
Tibatu
underrated.
in like
Yeah.
a sprat soya
Correct.
meat curry. No
Yeah.
sprats, by the way. This is just like sprat flavoring.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
But we do have the sprats and tidbatu together. That is one kind of curry
I've never
dish.
had
No,
that.
that is from the south. Again, fried and cooked sprats with tidbatu in there. Then you have also, I mean, tidbatu, you can use it in a chicken curry as well. Like, you
Oh,
know.
I'm a pescatarian.
Oh, right.
So-
So you eat fish. And so you can use it in seafood as well. Like, you know, you can make like a, I would say, we have a lot of like green curries, like Thai green curries and red curries.
Oh.
Yeah, so we kind of like use tidbatu in our like chicken curries and stuff like that. So
Hey man, tibatu. We
Yeah.
just learned that about tibatu. It's like meat
tidbatu for the
friendly.
win. Tidbatu for the win. Yeah, crazy pairing. I mean, sometimes when people see our cuisine, they think it's crazy. I mean, we eat brain, we eat like intestines. So
What's the craziest meat you've tried, or animal part?
for me, nothing is crazy, but for everyone else, eating like babat is crazy. You know, they're like, oh my god, you eat intestines and you eat like the leg. We eat the hoof and the leg. We eat the brain. We eat the tongue. We eat other parts of the cow, which I cannot mention on radio.
This is Rocky Road oysters.
Yes, correct.
Or sweetbread.
Sweetbreads. The decent name.
Funny names. I don't know who called them
I'm
sweetbreads.
sure it was a man who named it.
Look at my breads; they're sweet. Sonny, don't get ideas if you're watching this.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh my god, this is the most I've seen you laugh.
That's so hilarious.
Achievement unlocked.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, for me, nothing is crazy. You know, if it's edible for me, of course, it's halal. I eat it. So, but for other people looking at us, they think we are crazy. You know what I mean? So we are
Yeah.
just the crazy bunch.
Man, I can imagine. So, you know what's so crazy, right? So, I've watched a lot of your work when you go out with a lot of those amazing food influencers, like Sonny, for example.
Yeah.
Like, I remember it was the Argalea time. Dude, he's insane. Actually insane.
It
he
is
came
insane.
down during the
I know,
Argalea.
I know.
And I think you were also like on this mad mission.
Yeah.
And you guys had the craziest time just trying to get food and stuff. And
I mean, it's not easy doing these things. You know, people just watch the videos and they love to complain, but it's so difficult to do certain videos. It takes a lot out of you. It's big productions. And you know, like the energy, the time, and the money put
Oh
into
my
this.
God,
Nobody's helping us out like that. You know, it's not like anybody, you know, we don't have any fairy godfathers or government bodies sponsoring us, right? There's no advertisements, nothing. These are purely passion projects done by both parties, and then when there's people complaining without appreciating the effort, it kind of like puts you off a bit. That's why you'll see me taking big breaks off social media. I'll be taking 5 months breaks, 6 months breaks, because it is kind of overwhelming, because I have a life.
Yeah.
I have a life beyond social media. I have family, I have a life. So once I do a big project, everyone knows that I'm going to take a big break. You know what I mean? But this time, of course, a lot of my friends, especially the ones who are creators, were like, don't take breaks, just continue on. You have to don't listen to the noise,
Yeah.
Don't listen to noise. But they're not doing anything. They're not doing shit for the country. They're not doing anything for themselves or for anyone else. They only complain on the internet.
Bro, as much as we all love pol sambal and roti and dal, it's not just
end all and be all.
1%, my friend.
Correct.
Sri Lanka is a lot more than that. And you know what's so funny? Today I read a thing a friend had posted. He had never heard of the faluda and samosa combination, and I'm like, now, all my life, I've known that combination. Maybe it's like a minority thing.
I have no idea, man. Sometimes I'm baffled myself. I'm like, you've never had a samosa and a faluda? Okay.
You need more friends.
You need more friends, and you need to get out there and have a life.
And no, but I feel like it would be so nice if people took it as a great cultural exchange, a moment of inter-Sri Lankan cultural exchange, and be like, okay, let me try this out. Because, oh my gosh, if somebody from the majority came up to me and said, oh, you got to try this, I would be like, okay, count me in.
The idea of me calling it a burger and a milkshake came from a German journalist who went with me on one of these tours, right? She was invited by a 5-star hotel in Sri Lanka, and again, they had only showed her one side of the food culture, and she messaged me directly, and she's like, I've seen so many of your videos, can you please show me more? I was like, yes, sure, please come with me. And the first time she tried it, she's like, oh my god, this is a burger and a milkshake. And I'm like, wow.
I mean, come and think of it, it's fried. Like, the meat inside is also kind of fried.
It's mincemeat. It's fried, so it's like a burger patty, right? And it's full of oil and grease, like a burger.
God, yeah.
And then the faluda is like with ice cream, and it's like a milkshake, correct? So I was like, oh my god, I'm going to use this all the time. She's like, yeah, go for it, So when people see these kind of things, instead of saying, oh, that's not Sri Lankan, that's not Sri Lankan, that's not Sri Lankan.
I mean, it's so weird because that has existed.
For generations. These people have been there. Their grandfather has been there. Their great-grandfather has been there. It's been there for generations. Why are you saying it's not Sri Lankan? It is Sri Lankan. Without saying it's not Sri Lankan, go try it.
On that note, Machan, tell me, okay, because I know a lot of people after watching this would want to try out some different combinations of Sri Lankan minority food. What would you say are 3 combinations that anyone watching this video has to try?
So the samosa and faluda is one combination. That's the first combination, I think. I mean, even if you don't eat meat, I think the vegetarian samosa.
There is vegetarian
so there's vegetarian samosas, and the faluda is an excellent combination. I mean, it's absolutely delicious, right? The second combination, I would say, if you're open-minded, is the babat curry. I mean,
and the pittu, right?
Yeah, in the
I've
pittu.
heard of this.
You have to try that combination. If you're a meat eater, just be open-minded. I mean, nowadays I see even bigger hotels are putting the pittu and the babat, after it being popular, they're trying to introduce it because people love it. People love it. You get it in Dubai now. You get in Dubai, Sri Lankan restaurants, they offer it. It is absolutely delicious. And the third one, I would say, I think when you go to Anuradhapura, you get all these the what do you call this, nelung ala fried, and just near the temples, because peanuts, they sell the fried nelung ala, the fried little what can I say? I can't even remember. There are these so many grains. I can't even think of those kind of things. Kind of really make you feel stuff. You're like, oh my God, like, why are we eating popcorn when we have this, you know?
Honestly.
In Anuradhapura, they're like these popcorn versions. I can't remember the name. They're popcorn versions of something aerated. They put it for the fish and they call it puri.
Ooh.
Yeah. So they put it for the fish and the fish comes in. You get it in candy as well. But I like eating that because it has a very nutty kind of flavor. Especially when you walk around, when you walk around the candy lake and all, they give you this puri that they give to the fish. But I eat it.
Wait, all these years I thought that was popcorn.
No, it is kind of like a popcorn, but I love the flavor of it, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not a combination, I would say, but still, there are so many things like that you can try in Sri Lanka. We waste a lot of stuff in Sri Lanka, you know, like especially our purple yam.
That needs to be made into a thing.
I know. I keep telling all the bakers, like these posh bakers around Colombo 7 and all my friends who are running it.
There was one bakery that did something. I'll tell you the name after this, but they did something for Mother's Day.
Right.
And they called it the ube cream buns.
Right. Interesting. So that I'm always like pushing it. I'm like, why don't you try the ube thing? Why don't you try the Rajala and do something with that? Why? Again, there's a dessert that my uncle has had in Jaffna with the ube. I'm going to discover it in a couple of months because we've made with the Rajala, and apparently it's amazing, right? So I'm going to go there, I think in August, like hunting for this. So I think things like that we need to discover and we need to do more and
create books, document.
Correct.
Because this is important documentation, Sri Lanka, because the more we get older, I guess one day we'll be gone, and this is your history that you will appreciate and remember. And thank you for doing this.
Thank you. Oh, one more combination is a rice dish from the south again. It is a cuttlefish dish with fried chicken on it, and it's a rice.
Oh.
It's like a surf and turf. It's our kind of surf and turf, but it's like an olden day dish, right? Again, falls under the Muslim community. They make like the full, not cuttlefish, it's a full squid cooked, right? And they put it on top of rice and fried chicken on it, fried brinjals, fried potato cooked together, and then the curry is just put on top, and it's in a sahin, right? Amazing. I was like, oh my God, this is our surf and turf. This is our very own surf and turf. Like, you know what I mean? So.
Ooh, I mean, see.
Really delicious.
Yeah. I mean, Gaul alone has so much of food. And, it's so sad that it's crowded with all these touristy places, but the real food is with those aunties and those little stalls. And sometimes you really need to find some Dutch courage.
I know.
to like go in one of those like proper hole-in-the-wall shops.
Yeah. So I was the first person to take Trevor James into a place called the Vellekade.
I have heard about this place.
So Vellekade. So nowadays a lot of influencers are going there and making it popular. I hope they don't come down on their quality. I mean, I don't think so, because they're like a hole in the wall
something,
place.
They're cosmopolitan.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, wow, you've done that already.
Exactly. No, but the thing is, they do just a simple rice dish, paripu curry, and then the halmasso and like a little spreads with little chili, right? Chili with moldy fish. It's not a chili paste, but it's something like that, like a mashi sambal, like a umbalakada sambal, right? And you have to go there before 11 o'clock. What they make after 11 o'clock is not so great. Trust me on this.
Pointers. Take it.
Go before 11 and get that rice packet. My God.
The tuk driver.
I'm salivating right now thinking about it.
You've made me salivate this entire conversation because goddamn, Ruzaina.
Yeah. And then in the evening, you have to go to the lorry kade.
What is this lorry kade?
So there's a small lorry in Gaul right across the street, and they do like really nice like noodles, like the Sri Lankan noodles with the turmeric and vegetables, and then like a few curries and stuff. I just go for the noodles because they're really good. I haven't been there in years, but they used to be really good. Lorry kade.
So for people in Colombo, what are some unknown places you got to tell them to go eat?
Well, now they know, right? Because I made all of those places famous. Like, Halstoff, when I started, had only 6 or 7 shops.
Like Ambal Cafe and...
Yeah, and...
sorry, that's more Colombo 12.
No, Mashallah was there. Usman Tea House was there. Uncle Dudley was there. Then in the middle, there was Firauz Uncle's leg soup shop. Mutton leg soup shop or the beef leg soup shop. So there was only 5 or 6 shops. And then now, because of all these videos, they've like boomed. And they know that. Every time I go there, I get VIP treatment. But then people think they pay me, then they don't pay me. Like, they don't have to. I just did it for them, right? I just showed this is our street food. This is all we have. But now it's an actual kind of like buzzing street food. Everybody from the east to the west to the south have come and open up shop there. Right? So, but now there's a lot of Indian inspired food.
But yeah, like in the recent times, I've also found that a little like, why are we doing this? Like, I get it. We love our samosas and stuff, but imagine if there was a shop that sold pul roti patties.
Yeah, exactly.
Manga, upamangas. Yeah, I know. And just, what do you call those? Dosi, right?
Dosis. But dosis you can buy now, like a lot of ladies are making it at home, so it's a good thing, because it's so painstaking and tedious to make it. So I'm glad that all these ladies have come out and they've started their own business where you just call and tell to send a bucket of pineapple dosi and they do it in 2 days and send it over, But there's a shop called Mashallah in Alud Khade, Halstoff. That is my favorite place because Dudley uncle, he was so good, but he died. Right? He died long time ago, and then when he died, his son-in-laws kind of took over and they split the business. Now they're all split, and I mean they're good, but they are not as good as how when Uncle Dudley was alive, right? The food has kind of got so modernized again, westernized, like they like made it so modern, and because the younger guys are coming in, right? So they're trying to make it more appealing to the younger generation.
I mean, tradition can still be appealing to newer generations.
I don't know why. They can have like their old menu and then do a new menu. No, they just decide to wipe out the entire old thing and just do like new stuff. But Mashallah is kind of like the same thing going on. Then Usman Tea House kind of looking the same, like the kind of kurtas. They are good. Then you get a little, like these little shops around Slave Island, which still does very good pastos and like chicken pasto. They do the chicken, fish, all those kind of things. So they are kind of good. But they don't have name boards, so I can't like really tell you have to go with me or go with someone who knows. They don't have name boards, these places. They're just
homes.
Homes. So,
but you know what I miss?
What?
Like, maybe you've had experience in the 90s where you go to like someone's house, like especially between 4 to about like 6:37, the waft of like just
fried stuff.
Not only the fried stuff, the stuff that steams for hours.
Right.
The waft of like just steamed string hoppers and pittu. That warmth, I miss that, man.
I know. Those days, people used to do that. I mean, my grandmother, like from the time it was like 4 or 5 o'clock, the stove is on, right? Something is steaming, something is frying, something is cooking. But now even they were like, I mean, she's really old now, so she can't like really do it. But the younger generation, including myself, we've got lazy, I think, right? Everything needs to be quick.
I think it's not lazy. It's not being lazy, Machan. It's more like
there's no
our
time.
Lives. Yeah.
There's no time.
The time factor.
Yeah, there's no time. Like, you're right. It's not laziness as per se. It's just that we're just too tired. We're tired. Our life is like so hectic. Steaming pittu and doing string hoppers every day is like, oh my God, it's easier for us to buy, And even now, even if you buy string hoppers, like even if I go to like the best restaurants in Sri Lanka, especially in Colombo, they don't do the proper string hoppers, Proper string hopper is where you take the rice, soak it overnight, you pound it fresh, and then you make the string hoppers with that. That's when you get the fragrance.
That fragrance is so important. Otherwise, nope.
Correct. That fragrance is so important. Where's the fragrance in the Indiappa now? You don't, because it's all instant.
Yeah,
it's all instant. Correct. So even in the pittu, it's the same thing. You have to take the fresh rice. That's how my grandmother makes it still. That's why when we cook it we just had an event at Ramada. People were going crazy over the pittu, and then every day we are kind of increasing the
amounts of pittu.
And I'm like, okay, there's a limit that people can eat. Why are they going overboard? It was crazy.
Because good food is hard to find sometimes.
That's what everyone said. And I was like, oh my God, mashallah, my grandmother was there. I mean, she was so happy to do this.
Yeah.
Right? It's just that everyone came and said, it's so hard to find this. How did you make this? Like, we didn't have any magic trick. It was just we used really fresh ingredients cooked in the traditional way and the most authentic way possible. That is why it's good. It's just that people have forgotten the taste and the fragrance of Sri Lankan cuisine. You know what I mean? Like a simple string hop or a pittu shouldn't be people shouldn't be like going so crazy over that. It's just that it's just that we use like really, really
crap ingredients.
Yeah, the people use crap ingredients, but for our event we kind of like did the traditional way, the raw rice, and some of the ingredients we bought it down, mind you, because we had to get it down from from certain areas in Kandy, like that was spices, especially the cardamom and all. We got it we got it in from certain areas because it has to be from that area.
I know you're so picky about your spices.
I am very picky. If I'm cooking,
it's got to be Sri Lankan spices or nuh-uh.
No, nuh-uh. And then it has to come from certain areas, because when the spices from the central province has more of a floral fragrance along with the spice. The spices that come from the south has a lot of citrus flavor along with the spice, right? The spices that come from a little bit up north, that has that peppery kick, right? And the woody, earthy flavor and the spice. So it's very important that you know these nuances when you're making a curry. You can't just put everything together and make it. If you want your curry to be special, you have to learn the nuances and then make the curry powders. So that is why when we take our curry powders, not only here, even in Dubai when I cook at Pullman Hotel, I mean, they're the first people I have to give a shout out, they're the first people to give me an opportunity to showcase Sri Lankan Malay cuisine. Yeah.
Shout out!
Shout out, because it's a fully Sri Lankan operated hotel. Mr. Nishan Silva and his wife and everybody involved are all Sri Lankan, and they love to support Sri Lankans. Even there, when I cook, all the chefs are like, magic kudu again, magic kudu. That means there's no point in looking at how she cooks, because she has bought her magic in the bottles, because it's a spice mix. But again, it's not magic. It's just that it's really fresh ingredients. I'm not buying it just off the shop, which is in a packet, and then blending it.
Actual sourcing.
It's actual sourcing, giving it it's farm to table kind of situation where I'm giving opportunities to smaller farmers who are not doing it excess and putting growth herbs or to make it
grow faster and
flavorful, and it's unflavored. There's no flavor in such spices, There's no flavor in such spices. There's no flavor in such vegetables. If you want really good, delicious food, just go to a very small farmer who's growing it in a very small scale, and then you'll know the difference. Except for cinnamon, because cinnamon can grow in it's fine. It's fine. There's the quality A, Alba, and then there's the rest. Just buy the Alba. You know what I mean?
The Alba.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Exactly. If you want good cinnamon, just buy Alba. Otherwise, the rest is just rest. There's no point. I can go on and on. I'm such a nerd.
I mean, look, man, we need food nerds in this world, because it's food nerds that also give a lot more meaning to life and stuff. So that is so important. And to anyone who wants to start doing food content creation, what would be like 5 things or even 3 things you'd want them to know?
First of all, be yourself. I can see a lot of really good food content creators who are trying to be something that they are not.
Please eat your food.
Yes, exactly. Also, please eat your food. Like, we are all inspired by someone, right? I am inspired by Anthony Bourdain. Like, you're all inspired by someone.
Yeah.
But you have to give a voice to your story. The moment you try to I can see a lot of people like that. When I take my breaks, they quickly take my slogans, they like use my words, they use my stuff. Like, it's fine. But you lose your self along the way, because when I come back, then they have to like take it all back, and then they have to like kind of like, do something else. You know what I mean? But they're really creative people. They're really creative people. And I can see a lot of people doing well. Being themselves, and like that is one thing. You have to have a reason why you're doing it.
Yeah, most important.
Yeah, you have to have a reason. Of course, if you want to just earn money, then go for it. There are so many food creators like everything is yum,
and it's
that
so
is yum,
funny.
this is yum.
I have a grouse with all those people because it's just like one bite and you're like, And I'm like, what?
No, everything is tasty. Like, I'm like, okay. So, everything is good. But, to each their own. That is how they earn their bread. That's fine, right? But there are some creators I know they can like really, really push forward. It's just that they are kind of like getting lost with the trends. They get worried with the views. They're like, oh my God, this video did well. Maybe I should do this. Just don't worry about the views, man. Trust me, you don't know who's looking. I am the perfect example. Ta-da! Yeah, because if I was worried about my views and about my followers and about how many followers I have, I would have been following the trends, and I wouldn't have been noticed by all these creators and the right people. It's just that I took my story forward, hence why I'm noticed, right? If you want to tell a story, be yourself. Do that in a creative way. Use food as a way of conveying that message. Trust me, the right people will see you.
Yeah.
The right people will see you. If you use that sort of formula, be yourself, tell your story, use food as the message.
Exactly. And just one more thing before I let you go.
Yeah.
So, I saw this video of you just doing the perfect roast chicken. Now,
it's an older video.
Very old video, but I think it was like in the 2000s where I think my mother, she brought us chicken kottu. Okay. Now, I've never had a chicken kottu in my life. Right. Like, we've had her version of kottu, which was like caboose and curry and vegetables, but this was like Sri Lankan kottu. Right. And there was this deviled chicken or roast chicken. Yeah. Sorry, roast chicken. And I remember there was the onions you had so spoken about. Yeah. And then I think it was 2001, 2002 when I started getting some money after joining like work and stuff like that. And when I bought my first chicken kottu with my own money, that wasn't there. That sambal wasn't there. It was just like dry roast chicken. Yeah. Yeah. So for a minute I was like, wait, are you... So just watching that video made me realize, wow. They messed up chicken. Correct. So it's an old recipe. And then a lot of people are like, you're using ketchup. It's not traditional. Dude, ketchup has been there before we were born. It's going to be there after we die. I tell this to all the chefs as well, especially if you're cooking East Asian. The Malays use a lot of ketchup in little sambals that we do, right? So that is the main secret, but we don't overuse it in Sri Lanka. Now in Malaysia, they kind of put half a bottle. Whoa! Yeah. They have their own kind of ketchups, right? But we use like a tablespoon or 2 of just ketchup into caramelized onions, and
that kind of like brings out the flavor and gels it together. Then we put our Sri Lankan spices and our Sri Lankan chili. I think it's because of the onions, it takes a lot of onions to make that sambal, right? A lot of onions. It's reduced a lot and caramelized into a jam. So I think because it's expensive, they kind of stopped making that version of sambals into the kuttus and stuff like that. But if you go to Mashallah in Alut Kade and take that chicken, there's a red chicken with onions, it's quite similar to ones that we make at home.
That used to exist.
That used to exist. They are kind of like the oldest street food place that still continues the very traditional recipes. I mean, it's not the most... How can I explain this? They are very clean. Okay, they're clean people. They're cooking it clean. The place is clean. It's just that it's not in a restaurant quality or restaurant level kind of cleanliness. You know what I mean? But what I don't understand is all these people who complain about Sri Lankan cleanliness, especially when they go to Hull stuff, they are fine with going to Bangkok and eating off the streets and you get these big bandicoots and rats running all over. You know what I mean? I've seen it. They're eating for like Sukhumvit Soy 5 and Sukhumvit Soy 11. They're absolutely... Like, I've seen rats in those roads, right? Like, you know, we are by far not like that. And okay? And all these people who are complaining are the same people who will go to Paris and eat.
Oh, we heard a lot about Paris.
Exactly.
Don't we know?
Exactly. So, I'm telling you, there are certain roads in England, in Paris, in India, in Thailand, which is worse than Hull stuff. All these guys will go to these places and eat and they'll complain about these places. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, if you want really good street food, like you mentioned the chicken, go to Mashallah in Hull stuff. This is non-paid, non-sponsored. They don't even know who I am, trust me. They just know that I'm this girl who brings YouTubers. They don't even know my name. They're like, YouTube. They see me.
Hi,
YouTube. Yeah, YouTube.
Oh, man.
So, go try the chicken there. I think you will get nostalgic.
I don't eat chicken, but
sorry,
that's okay. If somebody out there
you
misses
just mentioned chicken.
Yeah, that was like before
years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
When did you stop?
2014.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so no chicken because I have roosters, so I can't.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So seafood is okay.
Yeah.
Or shellfish?
So I was vegetarian for 10 years.
Right.
And then I had to give up because the doctor was like, you need more protein in your diet.
Yeah.
Okay, doctor. I was like, look, I'm not going to eat beef. I'm not going to eat chicken.
How about eggs? No.
They make me so moody.
Oh, right.
It's weird. Eggs have that effect on my mood. So I try not to.
Yeah.
If it's there, okay. I try to avoid eggs. But if it's there, whatever.
Right. How are you surviving in Colombo?
I think the Mathura butt cuttings have really been so good.
So good too.
I have my share of like Tamil food places that I love.
Okay.
You know, Colombo-centric, of course.
Right. Have you been to Kesel Kolebi? Kesel Kolebi in Kot Tower.
No.
Very, very good. Very good place. You should go there.
Goals.
Yeah.
And one final question before we wrap things up, Machan. What do you think of the bastardization of cheese kotu? It is so haram. Talking about
haram.
How baby talking about
I
this
know,
is so horrible.
I hate it.
What happened to
I don't
cheese
know.
kotu?
What happened to kotu? Like,
it's disgusting now.
I don't understand. Like, you can't find that really good kotu anywhere, And like every time I give someone kottu, especially the creators, they're like, oh my god, kottu, kottu, kottu. Yes, I'm going to give a bloody kottu, just like the French is giving a croissant to every other bloody person who comes there. We're going to, like, that's our thing. What's wrong in giving it to every other person? You know why? Because everyone has different audiences, right? They are catering to them, not to us.
Yeah.
It is common to us, not to them. I mean, this is such a simple fact. They can't understand that, right? Anyway, however, getting back to the point, I can't find, I don't know, within the past 5-6 years, something happened to the kottu in Colombo.
I feel that very strongly.
In Colombo and in the south as well. Like, it's just disappearing. I don't know what's going on. I think they're putting way too much of stuff, way too many ingredients.
Dude, who invented this stupid thing where you put curd?
Yeah.
No cheese, by the way. Cheese kottu does not have cheese, apparently. It's milk and curd. And I'm like, oh, no. I asked for cheese kottu. Like, remember the times where you go to, like, a plaza or whatever, and they have some cheese wedges still remaining?
Correct.
That was a cheese kottu.
That was a cheese kottu. The curd and the milk one is called palandi kottu, right? Unless you ask the palandi kottu, they shouldn't be giving you that.
They have given me that. Now, I don't know what palandi is because it's all like chicken, this, chicken that. So I'm like, no chicken.
Yeah.
Vegetarian.
So palandi kottu is with curd and milk, right? Some people do like that. But even that, they're not doing it the right ratio. They're putting way too much
soup,
curd.
Man.
Yeah, they're putting way too much curd, way too much milk, and like it's just they've forgotten the recipes.
You know what it is, Ruzaina?
What?
It is the Asian carbonara. Like it's not kottu, it's carbonara.
Oh God, yuck.
I'm sorry, that's what a friend called it when he tried it.
It's sad because people are trying to westernize our cuisine, especially our street food, way too much, and then they're kind of like forgetting the recipes.
Oh my gosh!
And the ratios. There's a ratio. There's a ratio of vegetables, ratio of carbs, and a ratio of the meat. You can put a little extra meat because nobody's going to complain about it, but there's the whole technique of it has been gone. Like, it's because I blame that wok that came into play.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It started, I think, only around 10-15 years ago.
I think the 2000s.
Maybe. They bought in the wok because they stopped the noise, right? The whole that the two blades just going at each other. But they bought in the wok, and then now people are kind of like making it like a fried rice and not like a kottu roti. Kottu is chopped roti. You have to chop it on that hot griddle when it's flat. Right? That's when each piece of the roti gets toasted evenly, There's a rhythm to it. There's like a technique to it.
Yeah.
But when you start tossing it in a pan, the recipe is lost, everything is lost, the ratios go haywire, and I don't know, even I can't find a good kottu. I mean, recently I went to Recon, and even they have dropped in quality. Like, I don't know, the consistency is not there, it's so sad because they're just trying to do way too much. Just keep it simple.
Sri Lankan cuisine is complicated, I get that, but simplicity, habibi.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it simple and it'll be fine.
This has been such a great conversation, Machan.
I know. Thank you so much.
We should do a part 2. I want to do a part 2.
We should when time permits. And let's see how it goes, because you are busy, I am busy, right?
Busy.
I know, but then we should do a part 2. We should do a part 2, deep dive.
Yeah. And is there anything you want to add in closing?
No, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the support. My gosh, the support, really. I love the people who are supporting me because that is motivation enough, and you are definitely one of them. Thank you. I mean, I'm really grateful because I only have like a handful of people who I always talk to, and we've been in touch, right? And then every time something happens, I complain to you, and you're like, oh God, just ignore it or whatever, right? So thank you very, very much. Everyone else, my community, they are supporting me. Like sometimes they're fighting with the naysayers, and I'm like, listen, don't do that. Just ignore, because I have drowned out the noise. Just ignore. It doesn't matter to me anymore. It used to overwhelm me, but not anymore. Right? Because I know what I'm doing. I know I'm doing it for the greater good. Right? I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm taking our cuisine forward. It's just that if sometimes people are trying to erase communities entirely, and it doesn't fit their narrative, and that is not my problem, it's their problem. So I'm really grateful to my community. I'm really grateful for the people that are supporting me, and I'm really grateful for people like me who wants to keep Sri Lankan cuisine and talk about it for what it truly is.
Yeah.
So that's what my final word is: grateful.
Honestly, I really hope one day I see you walk up the state award ceremony.
Oh my God.
And I hope one day either the president or the prime minister awards you a thing, because the stuff you do for Sri Lanka, man, it's crazy.
Thank you so much.
Adare, Romba,
how do you say?
Oh my God, Rombakado. Rombakado.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
Shukriya for all you do.
Thank you. And in Malay, we say sayang.
Sayang.
Means love. Thank you so much. I don't think, even if I do get a state award or not, I think a lot of people and a lot of people around the world who are watching me, they can understand what I'm doing, and they kind of appreciate it. That is why I'm getting all these opportunities, so
winning.
Exactly. So I can understand the hate coming from the haters now, because I'm like, they're waiting for it. They just have nothing to do. They're just there with their laptops.
I think it's just misunderstanding. That's what it is.
Sometimes it's not misunderstanding. It's just that they don't want to accept other communities. That's about it. I mean, it's not just one side. Even like I said before, I would promote the black pork curry, right, for someone who really wants to try it. I wouldn't eat it, but it exists in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
It's a very popular dish. So if a chef comes and says, listen, where can I get the best black pork curry? I'll say, listen, go to this place, go to that place. Because I know, because my friends eat, and they would tell me, look, this is the best place, right? Because I do my research. And for the Muslims, I'm not Muslim enough, and I do all these things. And for the non-Muslims, I am Muslim, you know what I mean? So
please give her a break, you guys.
It's just acceptance. They're not ready to accept.
Hopefully that changes.
Yeah, hopefully that changes. It has. I have changed a lot of people into thinking okay, fine, they've gone and eaten the food, and they're like, you know what, Ruzaina, you're right. The food is really good. So that's what I want. Jai Veva. Yeah.
Jai Veva to you. I know you do.
Thank you.
And it's a wrap.
Oh.
Happy birthday.